This is Chris Griffith from The Australian. Budget phones can be sometimes a bit of a depressing affair with yesteryear hand-me-down technology. They're often not really that fantastic, but this is the exception. This is Nokia's new Lumia 620, and it's one of the nicest budget phones that we've been able to review. And it's got a heap of current features as well. First of all, it's a much smaller phone than Nokia's flagship 920 Lumia, which is a beautiful phone, but it's big and heavier. This is light, easy to carry around. If you have small fingers, it's not a problem. It comes with these removable plastic covers. Now I can change this, instead of having blue, I can have a raft of other colours at the back if I want. It's light, 127 grams, and it's got features like near-field communication that you get on top-end phones and a digital wallet, so it's ready for the new type of contactless payment system once we start to see these in Australia. It's got a removable battery. The battery's not that big, it's 1300 milliampere hours, which is actually smaller than the iPhone, but I found it pretty adequate for getting through a day. And it's got a micro SD slot, which can take up to a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. Now that's fantastic. Now it comes with all Nokia stuff as well. There's free maps which you download, so if you're in the street you don't need to even be connected to 3G to use the maps. There's turn-by-turn navigation that's finally come to Nokia's phones. It's in beta at the moment. I tried it out, it's pretty good. A couple of little things, like when you get to a roundabout, it counts counterclockwise rather than clockwise. It's still in kind of the US left-hand drive mode. And being a Microsoft Windows 8 phone, it's got Microsoft Office on it as well, and it can sync with your Microsoft Office documents at your workplace or at home if you keep them on the SkyDrive cloud service. There's Nokia Music, and overall that's a pretty amazing phone. There are a few compromises to make it a bit of a cheapie. The processor, the dual-core processor, is 1 gigahertz rather than 1.5 gigahertz, which is a faster processor in the Nokia 920. But put it this way, a year ago with the old Windows Phone 7, you couldn't have a dual-core processor in a Windows Phone, so it's actually better than what is on offer a year ago at the top-range phones. It's 3G rather than 4G. Its screen resolution is 246 pixels per inch. It's a little less than on the iPhone, but it's still pretty good. And the camera is pretty average. It's not like the fantastic Nokia 920 camera with image stabilization and that wonderful night shooting mode that they have. You get a pretty average camera. The other problem, of course, is being a Windows phone, you don't have the range of apps yet that you have on Apple or Android devices. That's always been a bit of a limitation with Microsoft systems, but they are catching up. There's some apps missing, like Instagram, some of the remotes that you might use with when you used your phone as a remote to your TV on some systems. It can be a bit annoying at times, but that is getting better as well. Overall, we think for the price, this is a fantastic phone. Great for productivity, particularly office workers who want to use Microsoft Office on their phone when they're away from their desk. And it's a phone that we would gladly recommend, with, of course, keeping in mind the compromises that I mentioned. This is Chris Griffith from The Australian.